When you tweet the link, just be like, so that Browns Jet game is awesome, but you could also watch this.
Why watch Jets Browns when you can watch us?
Yes.
Let's talk about Daniel Palka being the next Hall of Famer.
Or you can poke fun and just be like, why don't you watch the Jets and Browns of podcasting?
Let's see.
Hey, everybody. No one's watching right now, but if you watch this recorded, then you're going to see this. So,
we're live.
What's up?
Jets versus Browns? Question mark.
We could also talk about the matchups for the White Sox versus the Cubs.
Dude, the Cubs are like gonna lose 2 or 3.
I mean, it's Lopez, Rodon, and Giolito.
Lopez has been great his last.
And Rodon's just on fire.
Yep.
Lucas can still give you a solid.
People don't even know that they put a robot arm on Kopech, and he's going to save all 3 games.
I said, didn't he just have the surgery yesterday?
And we could certainly talk about his rest and relaxation in Hollywood.
Ooh, are you gonna get on your
chronicled.
Save that for the end, because I want to destroy you at the end of the show. So save that for the end.
You better watch it. I will come hot. You lock it up.
I forgot we have to fight about this because you went on your morning show and cried about it. So yes, we have to talk about this.
I didn't even talk about it. Sean Sierra comes back and he's like, "We should have talked about it."
Yeah, I was trying to see. I can only help out so many shows, Nuke. Can't be content for everybody.
You're producer on everything, right?
Yep. Oh, Thyroid leaving the field. Here comes Baker. Baker time.
I'm back, baby.
Baker time. Throw it to Jarvis all night long.
Cover that -3.
How bad are the Giants, by the way? Didn't even know.
Not good. No, I know.
Oh, the Giants suck.
Nuke, you have to understand, I'm a psychopath and watch every single NFL game on Sunday.
The Giants' offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, but it was a really smart idea to waste the 4th overall pick on a running back. That was fucking good.
I don't know. Saquon will be all right.
Yeah, he will, but they have no quarterback or offensive line. They're going backwards.
That's my problem.
It's kind of like Barry Sanders in the Lions with.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for what happened to Eli Manning last year and the whole McAdoo mess, but he has never, like, New York fans try to make this argument that he's like one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, an elite, like, top 3 quarterback, and I'm like, not even close.
No, and then if you follow that up with, well, he won Super Bowl, so did Trent Dilfer.
That's exactly what it is.
People don't want to say it, but Eli Manning and Jay Cutler have the same numbers.
Shut up.
It's true.
I can't quite pick up
the same numbers.
I can't quite pick up on whether Chicago loves Jay Cutler or hates him.
Split.
Yeah.
Even in our chats, I'm like, I can't really tell.
I think he's a good dude. I think he's funny. I'm glad he's not my quarterback anymore.
People who like him too much. The people who hate him too much. Yeah. He was an average quarterback. That's what he was.
Very fair assessment. Damn, I gotta get a fucking haircut.
I'm telling you guys,
facts. Did you tweet this out yet, or what?
I'm still. Oh wait, and is Daniel Palka the next White Sox Hall of Famer?
Stop it!
You
love
coming in hot.
Your backhanded sarcasm. No,
I'm gonna tag him.
Are you tagging us though, so that that pops up and we can retweet it?
All right, let's see. What's Polka's thing?
Polka smash, Polka bomb.
No, you can't tag him. Actually, I know you can't tag him because I tried to tag him in a tweet. You can't tag him.
Does he have a private account?
No, he disabled the tagging though.
Oh, what a jerk!
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Go ahead, try to tag him.
Hold on.
Or maybe you just can't tag him in pictures.
Let's see. No.
It's Daniel B. Palka. Daniel B. Palka. You can tag him.
Yeah, I just said. What are you talking about, Seth?
Can't take him in pictures. I'm trying to take him in a picture. Can't take him in pictures.
I don't do the tweeter too much.
Tweeters, I got all of them.
I don't know how to do the tweeter.
Tweeters, I got all of them. I got all the tweets. Got them all. I understand the internet.
What's all this interneting?
What's all this internet? What are your kids doing with all that damn internet?
All right, tweet it.
Hold on, I have to get more wine.
Oh, you silly bitch.
I'll retweet from the fourth number. Damn it, now Baker's in.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Baker's in.
I just realized after I tweeted it.
Oh, who cares? Still a garbage game.
Browns.
First career throw for first down to Jarvis Landry.
I think he's going to be okay.
He's good, dude.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Do it.
Do it. Gotta really clear the throat.
It's a lovely rosé you have.
Not yet. All right. Ooh, you're drinking water? All right, cheater.
Recording.
Palette. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. All right, ready?
What?
From Anchorman, that's what he says to warm up. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. All right. Here we go.
What?
And 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It is Friday, September 21st, and you have found the Pinwheels and Ivy podcast. Ooh, we're getting right into crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great show for you today. I'm your host, Matt Zawoski, a.k.a. Southside Zoe, a.k.a. new fancy bitch on the market. With me, as always, Aldo Soto. What's up, Aldo?
Wow, you guys have a lot better nicknames. I have nothing.
I need some AKAs for you. You got to give me some. And the other host, you know him. You love him. Matt and Nuko. They call him Nuke. Nuke, what's the fancy bitch drink of the week?
Let's see. This is a delicious Anna Maria della Chetta from a pristine ridge shaded by olive trees.
You're making
Can't even do it anymore.
What?
You were doing good. You almost had it. You lost it at olive tree.
Yeah, the olive tree was over the top.
Well balanced and young, ruby red. A little hint of Currant.
Nuke's trying to get some voiceover deals here.
Yeah, I don't know what any of those words mean, and I'm pretty sure you made half of them up. So now I'm getting angry. We got a great show for you as we come into crunch time. We're going to talk about the big, super exciting crosstown series that everyone is so pumped up for.
Is this the White Sox World Series?
It is. We're going to talk about the future for Mr. 108 himself, Mr. Polka Party. And then we're going to get into the Cubs, what they need to fix in these last 10 games and what we're looking for as they head into October baseball playoff time, baby. So with all that being said, let's tap this keg. Now, before we start the show, there's two things I want to do. One, make sure you're going to sportsmockery.com for all your, sports news, stories, updates. Make sure you're downloading the app, enabling notifications. You'll get the news right away. But also, you have to check out our brother podcast, The Outcast. You can find them on Twitter at SMOutcast. Those boys do great work. They cover the spectrum in Chicago sports. And to say they're passionate is a very, very big understatement. Buzz and Juice Man over there, they do great stuff. So make sure you're checking them out. I'm sure their individual Twitter handles are in their bio. That's the SM Outcast. And the second thing I want to do is it's been brought to my attention that people think I might be a little too hard on Nuke and his fancy bitch drink of the week. So to show that I stand in
I cry every week.
I know, into your wine glass. Fancy little bitch. But anyways, so to stand in solidarity with my guy Nuke, if you're watching us on YouTube as we go live on out, I will be drinking a raspberry rosé.
It's a Smirnoff.
That was left at my house.
Oh, yes. So we have sipped, we have popped, What are you gonna do, Aldo?
Have it.
Ooh, you're chugging rosé. I like it. You gonna sip on what is that? Coffee?
Have water.
I'd rather have water.
Is that not good? Give us a review. Give us a review.
Yeah, can you please? How does it dance on the palate?
You know when you get a pop from like Burger King and it's a fountain pop and you leave it on your counter overnight and you wake up in the morning, you're super dehydrated and it's the first thing there. So you grab it and drink it and it's really flat and nasty.
Just syrup.
There you go. You got yourself a sparkling rosé, buddy.
Wow.
Step up your game.
I thought the olive tree description was nice.
No, there's no hints of olive trees. And there actually might be. I don't know. I don't have a refined palate. I drink Bud Light.
Which is the other drink you have by your side right now.
Yes. Well, I had to chase it. So, I can't keep this in my. But I wanted to show that I stand with you, Nuke.
I feel like we need to make this a bet thing. Like throughout the show, we need to make bets, and each week, we choose the drink for the other person.
Ooh, I like where your head's at here, Nuke. This can get really ugly too. Mm-hmm. They sell Malort in New Jersey.
Oh,
what is it?
Malort.
No, I don't know what that is. Duck snort?
No, Malort. It is. It's a Chicago delicacy.
Have not. No, I have not indulged.
Use your Google fingers later on and go ahead and look that up. Actually, go on YouTube and look up people's reaction videos for when they first try Malort, and then we'll go from there. Because if you want to go down to pick your drinks, I'm going right out the gate heavy with Malort. You are going to lose, sir.
We can have categories each week: either wine, hard liquor, beer.
You don't want me to do this show on hard liquor. I
would love it.
That's a promise. So,
all right, let's go to the topics.
Yeah, let's get in the show. I don't mind. I don't hate that idea though. All right, let's get in the show. So
the wheels are turning.
It is Friday, September 21st. It's the moment you've all been waiting for all season long. The much anticipated. We've established it's not BP anymore, right?
Nope. We should sponsor it.
Well, so it's the Pinwheels and Ivy Crosstown Cup.
Nice.
Pretty sure we won't get sued for that. And so the White Sox are playing the Cubs on the south side. As although alluded to earlier, this could easily be considered the World Series for the Sox because they don't have much baseball left. The Cubs hanging on to a 2.5 game lead with 3 games against the Sox here. So the Sox can potentially, I wouldn't say ruin, but maybe alternate.
If the Sox sweep, there's potential that the Cubs could be out of first place in the division.
Could be a spoiler.
Yes.
They could spoil the entire season.
And
they got the pitching staff to do it.
I was just going to say, Nuke, who do the White Sox got coming in this series?
All right, so I just looked this up. Check out this. Well, first of all, tomorrow afternoon, Friday afternoon, 3:10 start, right? What?
It's tomorrow, but it's today.
Little broadcasting trick, buddy.
Today.
This goes out on Fridays.
Oh, here we go. All right, so let's start this over again. Today at 3, Lopez Quintana matchup.
Oh, first time Quintana pitches against the White Sox.
Yeah, that's a big one.
He's excited too.
And then you got Lester Giolito on Saturday, and then you got Rodon Hendricks.
That's going to be a good one.
That's an interesting matchup.
And if you follow this, it is a lefty-righty matchup all week in all 3 games.
Interesting.
Oh, nice.
So Quintana lefty, Lopez righty, Lester lefty, Giolito righty, Hendricks righty, Rodon lefty.
And didn't Ricky do this on purpose? Didn't he move around someone so that Rodon?
I think Kobe was supposed to start.
Come on, Ricky. Come on.
He wasn't giving that one away. Come on now.
Like you said, World Series, all those. So
yeah, apparently.
2.5 games. Who does Milwaukee play?
Probably some crappy team.
Probably St. Louis.
Oh, no, yeah, they do play the Cardinals, so they can just beat each other up.
That could just be messy. This could be a messy weekend.
The Brewers could kind of. Well, no, it depends. Because the Rockies are right there, so if the Brewers, win a series, they could help out the Rockies, I guess, in the wild card. But the Brewers have pretty much locked up the first wild card. they still obviously they're 2.5 games behind the Cubs, so they're still
Mhm.
in reaching distance of the Cubs with 10 games left.
Guys. The Brewers are playing 3 in Pittsburgh this weekend.
Oh, Pittsburgh.
No, they just played the Pirates. Or
Yeah,
they
no.
just played the Reds.
Yeah, they just played the Reds, and then Friday, September 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 3 games at Pittsburgh, and then they go to St. Louis. You guys skipped a series.
Whoops, you're right.
And
Google failed, man. Blame it on Google.
And since we're all about statistical accuracy
guys,
on this show,
just look it up.
All right, go Pirates. The Pirates beat the Brewers 2 out of 3 last week. That was huge. The Cubs actually gained some ground after losing.
I feel like you can never.
They went down to a game.
I feel like you can never count on Pittsburgh though. Like a month ago, they were supposed to be. They were on like a tear.
Okay. I'm gonna go on a rant, and you know what, Zoe? Are you ready for this?
Sitting back, I got my rosé ready. Go for it, bud.
You were right about Chris Archer, and I was dead wrong. That guy sucks.
He does.
Chris Archer has been trash. I don't know what the hell the Pirates were doing with that trade. He's been terrible. He has like an 8 ERA with the Pirates.
You know what?
Just gonna say
so
this feels really good. This feels really good. This feels right. This feels right.
Red leather, yellow leather. He's just follow him on social media. The kid, he's like A-Rod.
He just sucks pitching.
Yeah, he's not a good pitcher. He was overrated in Tampa. I never really understood why people were always hyped up about where he's going to get traded to. I've never been impressed. Impressed.
I don't know what he's got left on his contract, but I think he's the kind of guy that needs to settle into a team in a city. He needs to feel accepted. He needs to ride some momentum, and then he could get back. Because I mean, when you really think about it, anyone who pitches in the AL East, you got to be pretty damn good. And Archer almost was a huge bust a few years ago. Put it together for the past 3-4 years. Did okay.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yes, he did okay. I would say yes.
Yeah. And then, but on a bad team that never really contended or was contending at one point, but imploded. But I mean, you got to play Boston and New York often. Mm-hmm. And to not have an ERA above 4.5 is, I'm going to say, kind of an accomplishment.
I mean, the thing that he has going for him, sorry to cut you off there, but the thing that he has going for him is his contract is cheap. He still has 3 more years after this season ends. Right. And he's making let's see,
bargain price,
$7.6 million next year, 8.25 and 8.25. So
it was a good move.
You just hope that he gets back his stuff, but he's been terrible.
Yeah, no, I think I really do think that I wouldn't be surprised if he came back and dominated, or not dominated, but was a front end starter. Maybe not a bona fide one, but a front end, and does pretty well.
So far with the Pirates, he's made 9 starts, a 4.86 ERA, 1.40 WHIP. Not good.
1.4? Oh, it's awful.
16 walks, 51 strikeouts in 46 1/3 innings. Not great.
How about the NL Central becoming a pitcher's, just the ridiculous amount of pitchers in the NL Central?
That's right.
Cubs, Pittsburgh had some serious arms. St. Louis has always had good arms. I mean, I would say the NL East is close to that with Washington. Philly's got some arms. Atlanta has some arms. But, marquee names, I mean, from the Cubs to Pittsburgh to St. Louis to even up to the Brewers.
I mean, the Brewers' entire pitching staff is. I mean, they obviously have the big names and a Hader in the bullpen, Jeffries.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, their starting rotation is massively overachieved. So, so hats off to them.
Thank you for literally doing it.
Hats off to them.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they're a very good team. I mean, it's nothing against them. They have the second best record in the National League behind the Cubs. So,
and that was the thing going into the season, though. Everyone, Milwaukee was making all these moves, and everyone's, well, who's going to pitch for you? And you read, even our guys wrote, and National Landscape, they wrote, well, unless this pitching staff greatly overachieves what they should do, this is the second year in a row they've done it. So is it still greatly overachieving, or is this becoming the norm? One season's a fluke, 2 seasons in a row.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
they've obviously they did it. Pitching coach, whoever it is, they figured something out where they've taken these guys, and they're doing it without their best pitcher. Jimmy Nelson missed the entire year.
Right.
He got injured at the end of September in 2017, and that was a big blow for them. And they thought that they were going to give him back sometime this year, and then they had to shut him down. They've been without their best starting pitcher.
And I mean, it helps that Yelich has been a world beater for him.
I was just going to say, is he in the conversation for a National League MVP?
Oh, you had to bring that up.
Oh, definitely. I mean, he's been Mike Trout since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
No, I was
93 RBIs, 31 home runs, 31. That's 10 more than his closest
in his previous career high. Yeah.
2 years ago.
He hit for the cycle twice.
Yeah.
He's hit for the cycle twice.
I mean,
yeah, you know what the crazy thing is? The Cubs were also they were trying to trade for him too. They were one of the teams trying to get him in the offseason.
He could be a 30-30 guy. His OPS, he leads the league he leads the National League in OPS, in slugging, and in batting average.
He's been incredible.
Yep. But Vegas just put Javi as the odds-on favorite for
NL. And I don't know. But you know what? Aldo, we talked about this from the first episode about, back in May when it was like he could do it. Can Avi really be an MVP? And it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna, at least in the National League, it's gonna shape up in the playoffs.
I think they have to send their votes in before that.
I was gonna say, don't they have to send their votes in before the playoffs?
Yeah,
because there's a separate there's a playoff MVP, and then there's a World Series MVP. I know. One day I'll teach you about baseball. One day, Nuke.
Yeah, teach me about it.
There's a regular.
I just want bias to win, just so that everyone gets mad.
Well, we've had this discussion before, and to me, again, there's 2 trains of thought on MVP. You're either the best player on the best team, or you're the player where if they took you off that team, that said team would be shit. And
it's got to be the latter. It's got to be the latter.
Here's the thing, because they also have the Silver Slider Awards, which is just the best offensive player.
Right.
Like, that could be Yelich. He's been the best offensive player.
Right. Javi is definitely better defensively than Christian Yelich.
But historically, they go with the bat.
Right.
They ignore the defense, but I think Avi really raises that question. He has the offensive numbers, but like you said, you can always give the Silver Slugger to Yelich for being the offensive powerhouse, because he doesn't. I mean, while he's a good defender in the outfield, he doesn't nearly bring what Avi does in the infield.
Do you know who's a better defender than Christian Yelich?
Kyle
Schwarber. By a lot too.
But
we're falling into a groove on this show. It's wonderful. I love it. There's themes.
But you can easily make an argument that, especially in the middle of the season to where we're at now, when Rizzo was in a slump, Bryant was injured, the team was struggling, Baez put that team on his back and carried them for a solid month and a half, almost 2 months. Mm-hmm. And they're the best team in the National League. And that, to me, wins him the MVP.
I mean, it wasn't even just a month or a couple months. If you go back from the beginning of the year,
beginning of the season,
Javier Baez has been their best player since day one. Yeah. And the thing is, though, with that argument, you can make the same argument with Yelich, because since after the All-Star break, he's been just his offensive numbers have been outrageous.
And he's been able to push that team. Yeah, he's been able to push that team into not into contention, but to almost dethrone the Cubs in the Central.
So maybe the next 10 games will, I don't know, maybe they'll come to the next 10 games to see what those 2 guys do.
Just another reason for Cubs fans to be tuning in if you weren't already having playoff heart attacks. Yeah, although how is the ticker?
Okay.
I thought I lost you a couple times on Twitter.
Starting the series before the Cubs before they went to like DC and then they came back to play the Reds, that series against Milwaukee, where it was like a 1-run game and then they got like blown out. Mm-hmm. Those games sucked. And then they come back and they're playing the Reds. They're dead ass tired. They have Jorge De La Rosa pitching, who's like 40 years old. He was cut by the Diamondbacks in the middle of August. He's somehow just like going right through like Joey Votto and Suarez and Scooter Gennett. Scooter Gennett has like somehow turned into a good player with the name Scooter. They're winning like with these one-run games. The offense before they went to Arizona, the offense was like barely scoring any runs. I mean, guys, come on, give me. They finally got like it was a 9-1 win on Tuesday against the Diamondbacks. That's been like their first like win of by more than one run since they played the Phillies in the beginning of the month.
Well, and then Cole Hamels got touched up.
And guys, all right, quick story. I think I went to the worst. It's not like I go to a lot of baseball games. I went to Wednesday's game. That was the worst baseball game I ever went to, I think.
Ooh.
I show up.
Where,
it starts
Arizona?
up. Yep, I went to the Cubs DFX game. I get to my seats. Albert Moore Jr., he actually, like, he always swings at the first pitch, but he's somehow working a deep at-bat. He grounds out. Then Chris Bryant looks like shit. He strikes out, like, on a curveball in the dirt. And then Anthony Rizzo walks. Javier Baez hits the ball like 110 miles per hour. But Nick Ahmed, who I think is, like, one of the most underrated defenders in the game, makes a diving catch. I'm like, all right, it's fine. They got a couple, good at long at bats. Javi hit the ball hard, got something going. John Jay hits a leadoff single against Cole Hamels. Then there's like a fielder's choice. There's like another like hard hit ball. I'm like, oof, this is not good. Cole's getting hit hard here. And then some guy I've never heard of, Christopher Walken or Christopher Walker. I don't even know. I don't know his name. He hits the ball like 500 feet. It's 3-0, and then there's like a triple, another single. That was
an absolute piss missile. And then the next guy up hit the ball in the exact same line. It's just his wasn't high enough to get over the wall.
The game was over. It was 4-0 after like four batters, and the game was over. The Cubs, I mean, they're definitely looking forward to their day off because some of those they had one hit, guys. They had one hit all night. It was an Addison Russell bloop single.
Dribbler.
Yes.
It was a terrible game, but 2.5 games up, I'm feeling all right. I don't know. Maybe it's because the offense finally scored some runs against Arizona. They're going to come back. I guess we're supposed to be talking about the Cubs and White Sox, but, I mean, the White Sox actually have three pretty good starters.
Yeah, we've completely derailed. So, but the thing that you can put on a positive spin of things, Cole Hamels was bound to come back to earth.
Yep, the regression has hit.
This game was going to happen. So I would rather it happen now than in 10 games from now. So he's not a dumb guy. He's a vet. He knows what he's been able to show that he knows how to fix things quickly. So it happened. Chalk it up. Get out of Arizona. Come home. Play the White Sox. You get to sleep in your own bed. It's the fake away games. And recoup. And I think you can find solace in the fact that, okay, Cole finally got touched up.
Yeah. It happened. I mean, like you said, you'd rather have it now than in October. Right. So, yeah, 2.5 games up. They should beat 2-3 against the White Sox, but
could you imagine the swing, though? Could you imagine the swing and the pandemonium by Sunday if the White Sox take the first two and the Brewers take the first two?
And then they stroll out Rodon.
And then they got Rodon Hendricks. And if Hendricks doesn't have his stuff, it's a laser show.
Kyle Hendricks has been great. He almost pitched a complete game shutout in Arizona.
Yeah, but he didn't face Palka.
So although
he did
a transition there for
you. I know it was good, but your timing was. I want to do one more thing. Although, so you think it's Cubs 2-1? Let's do some predictions. Fuck it.
Oh, for serious? Oh, Cubs sweep. Cubs sweep. They have to. They finally got off to guys. These guys they haven't like slept. They haven't had a good night's sleep in 30 days. They're back home. Pedro Strop was like, I don't know, probably dancing some salsa, even on his hamstring. He's somehow remember how he was like done for the year or done for the regular season. all of a sudden he says he doesn't feel any pain. He's like Superman or something.
So
he thinks that he's going to come back for the last 2 games of the regular season.
So Pedro Strop took painkillers for the first time. Good for him. Nuke, what do you, in all honesty, don't say White Sox sleep, you meatball. What do you think is going to happen here?
Man, well, all right. I'll break it down for you. Lopez beats Quintana because Lopez is better.
Oh, whoa.
Well, no, you know what? No. Here's why. Quintana's coming back to pitch at the rate. Doesn't matter who he pitches for.
I can see that. His adrenaline will be up. He can lose command. I can see that.
Let's see, Lester versus Giolito.
Giolito beat the Cubs.
Gotta give Lester. Yeah, I know, but
do the right thing there, Nuke.
Gotta give Lester the edge.
All right.
And I think Rodon comes out, shuts the door. I think it's a 2-1 series. I think the Cubs sweep, or not the Cubs, the Brewers sweep in Pittsburgh, and that by Monday, it's scary town. It's tight. It's really tight.
Well, my wine sister, as I sip my rosé, I'm going to heartily agree with you because that's what I was going to say. That's why I wanted you to do the right thing about Saturday's game. Lester's going to beat the Sox. I think they're going to win on Friday, and then Sunday, like we've all kind of come to the conclusion, Rodon's been pitching very well. He tends to psych himself up for these type of games. It's just the kind of guy he is. Like
he's going extra button open.
Yes, there's going to be.
He's going Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ooh, yeah,
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Perfect. Is out.
Yes, he is coming, and I think
best response was close Deshaun Jackson, chest hair, mine.
Yes, that was fantastic, and we got a hot yo-yo coming into the weekend.
That's right.
As we record this, it's 4-3 Sox, and yo-yo is 3 for 4 on the night with the double, 2 RBIs. Polka's 0 for 4. But
doesn't matter. He did like 6 bombs in 4 games.
So then now we can transition. So he has been hot lately. And I'm talking about Mr. Polka Party, Mr. 108, whatever you want to call him. Huge fan favorite. The guy's awesome, though. He really is. He's a genuinely nice guy. Big boy.
Last time you said this about a player, it was Matt Davidson.
I know.
Now Matty's got the handlebar mustache.
Yeah,
and also bad at baseball.
Yeah, I know. But I honestly think Polka is just molded perfectly as the rebuild continues to be the DH of this team.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't see – he's not bad. He's not like a complete defensive liability, but there's definitely better defenders, defensive outfielders in this, in this system coming up. I mean, he's got a big swing. He can get you a big fly at a big time. It's a lot of big. And
big.
I mean, that's all. He's a home run guy because his on base percentage is .292.
He's like a throwback DH. Like that's what the DH used to be. Right. I don't know.
I'm trying to find the tweet here, but he since July, I think, has led all of all Major League Baseball in home runs.
Oh, that's right. I think I saw that he has like 20 something.
Yeah, he was called up mid-April.
Yeah,
he might have like 20, 22.
I got what you were looking for right here. So since July 3rd, Polka, 19 homers, 38 RBIs, slashing 254, 308, 561.
But that's better than Giancarlo Stanton. That's better than like almost every.
It's better than Gio Stanton. It's better than Javi Baez. It's better than Manny Machado. It's better.
The home run. He has more home runs than Javi Baez. It's not better than Javi.
Yeah, you're right. But he's a DH.
He's got the tool. Yes. You always want to find players that are good at something. He's good at just hitting the piss out of the ball.
God, he hits it so hard. He is a piss missile distributor.
Okay, so now I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
we saw this we saw it to a greater extent, but Avisail Garcia came out of nowhere, hit like 330, had a career year, and then this year he had all these injuries, and he's back to. I mean, he has 18 home runs, which is good, and he's been injured for a lot of the year, so his power is actually up. But his on-base percentage, again, is below 300. He's back to, like, hitting, like, 230-something. So, is Daniel Palka is this a one-year wonder? Is this a fluke? Or will this continue next year?
No, I think Palka's built for it.
I would concur.
How much more playing time would you give him next year with... I mean, who's going to be in the picture? Abreu, Davidson. Because I mean, Eloy's going to be up, so that's one less outfield spot.
Right. So I think Polka's your full your DH next year.
Yeah, but right. I mean, like, is Delmonico on the cusp? Is Engel going to get the?
Oh no, not Engel.
I think you keep Engel. Huh?
No, not Engel.
Oh no, not Engel. Take my eyes before you take my Engel. No.
I mean, you can fit him in. Actually, I think Davidson.
Davidson out?
I don't know if he's out. I just don't know if Palka has to be on the roster. I think he, platoons at DH, but I think Davidson is getting squeezed out here. I mean, maybe you do it, you get rid of Delmonico. Delmonico hasn't necessarily been what he was last year. I think last year was mostly a feel-good, kind of narrative because he came out swinging, did well.
He came out hot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can't play the Royals every game.
No, exactly. So, I mean, believe it or not, seriously, I'm being honest here. My honest opinion, I think Engel's safe. I know, right? Crazy. I think he's more versatile. I think he brings more defensively. But
which he does.
Delmonico like if you look at the splits with Davidson, literally, you're right, Zoe. You can't play Kansas City every day.
As much as I want to, you can't.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. And literally, what did he have? 8 home runs in the first 2 weeks?
Yep.
So, and what's he have now? 16?
That's about right. Hold on, let me look it up to be factually accurate. But continue. I'll butt in. Go ahead.
No, but I mean, I don't. So what do you do?
Davidson's playing first base tonight, so maybe if anything, you keep Davidson on and platoon first with Abreu.
Right.
Right now he has 20 home runs.
20. All right.
With 8 in the first week.
So he's got 12 home runs since May, and that's generous, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, though, they still have a lot of control.
Bad that is.
He still has 3 years of left of control.
So
that's true. So that's why I'm thinking the platoon at first base isn't a terrible idea.
Like he's just going to be around because you're not. If you trade him, you're not going to get anything for him.
Correct.
True.
I guess you could just draw if they really feel like he's just a waste of space. I guess they could just release him. But I don't see that happening.
DFA him.
Yeah, I don't see that happening just because of the fact what Aldo just brought up, the years of control on a very easy contract. So
yeah.
Well, all right. So nobody is going to want Delmonico, at least for anything valuable. Nobody's going to want Avisail Garcia. I think the league held off on Avisail Garcia because of what he did last year.
I mean, you'll get a pick for Avisail.
A pick
or 2.
You can't trade picks.
I forgot that. God damn it!
We're really doing well here on like understanding Major League Baseball's rules. I can't get voting straight.
We need to make up our own rules. Just
I'm all for that.
You can get prospects. You can't trade picks.
I think you'd get the most return for Avisail.
I think he's got 1 more year, maybe 2 on, arbitration, and he was already. What did he get? 8? I think he got $8 million this year. I don't know. I think there's a discussion. There's a serious conversation to be had because when and where do you fit? I mean, you're going to bring up Larry Garcia, right? You're going to hold him.
Let's see. Avi still has. Oh, next year is his last year of arbitration.
His last year, right?
He's going to be gone after next year.
Right. So they're going to try to trade him and get
They'll
something
trade him
for
for
him.
anything.
Yeah, they'll get something for him rather than let him walk. So that's why I think he could be the man out here, because
well, then
obviously
your problem is solved. But then you're going to give Eloy all the time and right.
Oh yeah.
I don't think Eloy play right. I think Eloy's going to be on the left.
He could be. That's true. He definitely could be.
Put Nicky in right.
Yeah, maybe put Nicky in right.
I mean, if it hasn't Palka been playing right?
Yep.
I mean, if Palka can play right.
I don't know. Can you move Polka away from the 108? I feel like it would be. I feel like there'd be a mild like seats may be burned. There may be a fire.
It's like cutting Samson's
Rome
hair.
will burn.
Do it.
They burned down the section.
I don't know, but to bring it home, I think he's cut from the DH cloth. The guy is just built to be a DH.
But I think he's surprisingly athletic.
He is, and okay, spot start here and there, but
I mean, he's better than was it Tino Martinez out in Seattle? I mean, like literally, it was like you play first once or twice. He's better than Big Pop. He's more versatile than Big Poppy. David Ortiz.
So you're strictly talking about like athletic, mobile ability, because he's not a better hitter.
No,
Big Poppy or Tino Martinez. You're talking about Hall of Fame guys.
If we talk about this seriously, how late in David Ortiz's career did he become Big Poppy?
Well, whenever the roids got good.
Like 04.
Yeah.
Right, but I think he had already been in the league for several years.
Don't say stop either. He took the juice, man.
Allegedly.
No, that was past the roid era.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're still in the roid era.
Name names. Name names.
They just got better shit now. That's harder
to detect.
Yes.
Okay, Polka has 26 home runs this year. How many do you think
next year?
No, well, I was gonna say how many do you think Eloy hits?
I'm not even going there. I'm not doing it. I am not biting.
It's never too early to set the high expectations for Eloy.
76.
What's the single season record?
Yeah,
that many.
I was doing some math.
All right, you were close though. I think the record is 73.
Yeah, something like they kept changing. Yeah.
Was that with an asterisk for Barry Bonds?
My guy in MLB The Show hit 115 in one season.
Oh, there you go.
We need to have that conversation. Write this down, Zoe.
What?
Should Major League Baseball ditch the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Barry Bonds single season home run numbers?
I just wrote roids.
Because of roids.
Roids discussion.
Will it go back to Hank Aaron, right?
Mm-hmm. Hank Aaron. 755.
Well, no, that's total. I'm going single season. Or not Mantle, Maris.
Roger Maris and his crew cut and his short sleeves, and he did it with
right.
Budweiser and hot dogs like a true American. Hell yeah! So
with Mickey Mantle on his team,
I love Mickey Mantle, but yeah. So let's go back to playoff baseball, because that's way more interesting than arguing about who's going to be the White Sox DH next year.
You mean future Hall of Famer Daniel Palka?
Can we talk one thing about? Yeah, well, right. Daniel Palka just tied Ronald Acuna for most home runs by a rookie. So, is there a conversation? Yes. Is there a conversation? What can he get? What awards can he get? Rookie of the Year? I don't think he's Rookie of the Year. I think Gleyber Torres is Rookie of the Year. Maybe Ronald Acuna.
I'm pretty sure one of those guys got that locked up.
Yeah.
Well, Acuna's for the National League, and then
that's right.
Who's that other guy for the Yankees? Because
Miguel Andujar.
Yeah, that guy's gonna win it for the AL, isn't he?
You think? He is. I mean, he was on fire.
Pretty good.
Polka's not winning Rookie of the Year. Let's just put. I mean, I love the guy.
Top 5 finish. Who are the other rookies? Top 5 finish. Top.
I can see. I wouldn't be surprised if
top 5.
He'll get votes.
But he's a 250 hitter, 240 hitter.
He's a DH. Like,
Torres,
go out there and murder the ball. If you don't, okay, get it next time.
I think Torres gets it. Andujar has 25 home runs. Torres has 23.
I hope Torres gets it, because Twitter is going to be so awesome if Torres gets it.
I mean,
I know, Aldo, and I agree with you, but you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
I tweeted this out earlier. Jose Quintana has 2 multi-hit games in Major League Baseball this year. Eloy Jimenez has 0. Cubs won the trade. Take that. White Sox Twitter. Take that. How many MLB hits does Eloy have in 2018?
That's true.
Goose egg.
They win that trade. What happened was when Dylan Cease wins a Cy Young and Eloy Jimenez wins MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year.
And World Series MVP. What up? If that happens, I think the champagne popping might resume in New Jersey.
We may have to pop several Smirnoff rosés.
I'm never drinking that again. I am never drinking that again.
What if? All right, so we'll answer this question, and then we'll go on to our playoff talk and close it out.
Mm-hmm.
What if in this proposal to bet with what the other person has to drink,
mm-hmm.
do we let fans weigh in?
We could put a poll up.
Do each week we say, tell us what you'd like Zoe to drink?
The nastiest drinks.
No, there's 3 choices three choices that are pre-selected, and there's no write-in votes.
I would just love to see Zoe drink a seriously good wine.
I mean, we need a wine sponsor. I'm not dropping $500. Somebody did like a Twitter poll.
We'll get him some DRC.
Have to make Zoe fly all the way to Italy.
We'll put a limit on it. We'll put a range. We'll go $20 to $30.
I mean, don't threaten me with a good time. So I'm down for this.
And you'll have to be articulate in your review.
I could do wine reviews. I mean, that other website has pizza reviews. We can class up this bitch and do wine reviews. Yeah.
One sip. Everybody knows the rules.
Yeah, there you go.
Trademark that now.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's file for that.
Make a shirt. We'll get sued. He probably already knows about it.
The only way I'm ever drinking a Smirnoff, whatever that was again, is if they become a sponsor, which DMs are open.
We gotta ice you. Can we ice each other from afar?
You have to get creative. I'm gonna mail it
to
you. Yeah, you gotta mail. You gotta physically get it in that person's hand. You can't be like,
I feel like
here's an ice on a computer screen. Go drink one.
I need to like send Chris into your send El Presidente, the other El Presidente, into your house and just put one like hide it behind your microphone.
Yep.
All right, so
we're just spitballing here.
Zoe, just say it. Just say you think the Cubs are going to choke.
No, whoa, time out. Well, don't you put that evil on me, Aldo Soto. Don't you put that evil on me.
You've been wanting to say something for the past week.
No, it's interesting. It's getting very, very interesting because the Cubs bullpen is scary as shit.
Yeah, they're still.
Who's
Do you want to have the Madden discussion again?
No. Who's your closer?
Oh, wait, if he comes back, it's going to be Pedro
Strop.
Okay, so now that he's addicted to painkillers.
He's not Brett Favre.
He's going to be out there on Ativan.
I mean, the guy can't just say, "Oh, I feel magically." They don't have Mr. Miyagi in the locker room.
They're not going to rush him back. He'll be maybe back for like the last regular season game.
And would you rather have 60% or 70% Pedro Strop or your platoon that you got going right now?
I think no matter what, it's going to be a platoon.
Carl Edwards Jr. He's my guy. I know you.
Carl needs to show me that he won't walk a guy
in the world. Yeah.
So, show me something, Carl.
Ideally speaking, Carl Edwards Jr. would be the next guy up because he has the stuff. He throws hard, but
he just can't control it.
He can't. He gets too much inside of his head.
In his defense, he has done it in October before, though.
He has. That's right. Yeah, he was critical in 2016.
He has postseason experience. I'll give him that.
Yes, and he is one of those players that can reach down and turn it up to that gear, that October, notch. Like we've seen it before. He wasn't that great in 16.
Oh, he was pretty good.
But he's not a guy where you're like 100% confidence in October.
No, he was way better in October than he was during the regular season.
That's true. Yeah.
What I think is going to happen because let's see. I mean, last year's a complete. I mean, I guess they had Wade Davis, so he was their lockdown guy. But even some of his some of his saves were getting just drilled and getting lucky.
Here's what he does. I am 95% sure this is what Joe Madden does. He goes to matchups to close games.
Yeah.
And he just grinds that bullpen into the ground because he has to. He's got nobody else that can come in and get 3 outs.
He's going to do that, and also,
I mean, I'm not even getting rid of like closers. Like everybody's available, like Game 7 stuff.
No, he's definitely going to do like when he pulls somebody out, because everybody knows that Joe loves to pull out the starters early. He's definitely going to play the matchup thing. I also see him pitching Cole Hamels into the ground.
Yes,
because he did it with Roldan. He did it with Chapman because Chapman was going to be a free agent, and technically Cole Hamels has a team option for next year. That's like at $20 million. So I mean, the Cubs could, if they're already going to go over the luxury tax because they're going to sign Bryce Harper. So I guess they could pick up the $20 million on Cole Hamels or whatever. But if they don't or whatever, he's technically going to be a free agent. He's not going to be their problem anymore. Just get every thing that you can.
Squeeze every pitch they can out of him. Yep.
Yeah. So I could see that happening. But no, I think you're right. They're gonna do the matchups. They're gonna have. I mean, Justin Wilson's been shaky where like his command hasn't been the best the entire year, but he's been pretty good for a long time now. So that's a guy you can trust. Jesse Chavez may not have like the best stuff, but if you want a guy who throws strikes, he'll throw strikes. Mm-hmm. So that's a guy that at least I have trust in. Madden's like shown
Tyler Chatwood.
Tyler Chatwood. I don't want Tyler Chatwood to like even be in the.
I don't even want him to be in a Cubs uniform.
I swear to God. Okay, this isn't even. Tyler Chatwood was in the minors and he came back up in September, and I forget like what series they were in. I think it was when they were in Philly. So I think that was the beginning of September. And I swear to God, all of a sudden, that's when Carl Edwards Jr. just started walking everybody. Tyler Chatwood was like contagious.
It's not a cold.
He caught Chatwood.
He caught Chatwood.
I got the Chatwoods.
No, but I mean, they have some guys. I mean, Jorge. Okay, as much as we've been making, Jorge De La Rosa has been like their like, top 3 reliever since he got signed, which is just hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. Like going into this final stretch of 10 games, where it's a dogfight right now for positioning, and even when you get past this initial whatever and get into the actual playoffs, that bullpen it's seriously going to give some of you guys a fucking heart attack.
I mean, it probably will, but the only reason I'm not worried about, at least for this could obviously come back and bite me in the ass, but I'm not worried about these next 10 games because the starting rotation has been great. So I think they're going to continue and they're going to take some pressure off.
I mean, the bats have come alive. We saw some flash in Arizona, so that's
they're going to have the DH this weekend. So
because the DH is way better than pitchers batting.
You don't have to worry about doing any dumb double switches because the pitcher's up second in the 7th inning,
and you don't have to pay money to watch guys just at baseballs that have no interest being there at all.
We'll just watch Gorilla Baseball. Hit the ball as hard as you can.
Do you guys love Daniel Polka? That's what he does.
Chicks dig the long ball, Nuke.
Chicks dig the long ball.
The saying is chicks love the long ball, not chicks love bunting.
Yeah. There's
you know what? Polka don't bunt.
There's fuck no polka don't bunt. There's no woman in the history of women that have ever been like, you see that guy bunt?
Did you see him square?
Did you see him bunt?
Did you see him lay the barrel in the zone?
No, but you've heard women been like, damn, he just smashed the shit out of that baseball.
Ooh, he swung hard.
Piss missiles.
Let's talk about our fan.
No, anyway. Wait. So we got about 10 minutes left here, and Nuke, you're not getting off easily. So I'll give you a couple minutes now to cry about Kopech not living in a cave while his arm is recovering.
You know, oh goodness. Listen, I don't begrudge. I 100% do not begrudge him at all for living a good life in Hollywood.
Sounds like you begrudge a little bit, little grudge. Lowercase G. Lowercase G.
So. I don't think so.
Lowercase G on the
grudge. Okay, start off. What was he doing? Where was he at?
All right. So just one, stroll through Instagram on Michael Kopech's account and Vanessa Morgan's account. and they are having quite a good time in Hollywood. And it's public, and it's out there, and they're doing the red carpet thing. Kopech's wearing awkwardly sized suits.
I'll give you that. I will agree with you on that.
It's a little bit strange, like they don't quite fit, but whatever. That's cool. I don't judge.
Are they as bad as like that 2003 NBA draft photo where they're all wearing like the 10 sizes too big suits?
No, but
opposite.
Oh, too tiny?
Yeah, there's some. It's some nut huggers. It's just call what it is.
Okay, all right.
It's some nut huggers.
But no, I don't begrudge him for it. I don't begrudge him for it. It's just you torch your elbow and then you just. I mean,
buddy, let the man live, dude. Oh no. A attractive baseball player who signed his first multi-million-dollar contract.
Kopech's attractive.
He's not an ugly dude. He obviously landed a hot Hollywood starlet.
Was she A-list though? Is she A-list?
It doesn't matter. She
might be C-list.
Extremely attractive woman. They got a puppy, so you hate puppies.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Let me tell you about this.
Dude,
get off. Zoe, get off my lawn.
Breaking news, Nuke hates puppies, and they're just taking their kids, dude. They're 21, 22 years old. They're taking Instagram pictures with their new puppy. Her job as an actress is to go to these red carpet events, so he's supporting his wife's job. So other breaking news, Nuke hates women in the workplace.
Well, they're not married. Come on, Zoe. Don't put that on Michael.
Hey,
but it's his girl, dude. He's just supporting his lady. And he's showing up to her work events. Just so happens her work events are red carpet events.
Oh, so Michael Kopech is just arm? He's just an ornament?
He's hurt. What else is he going to do right now?
Yeah, dude, what did you want him to do?
Lay in a bed. Don't move the arm. Why isn't he in a sling?
Because he didn't have the surgery yet. He had the surgery yesterday.
Exactly. The thing was like last week.
Yeah. Oh,
he could have nursed it better.
Ooh, put some saline on that burn.
And you know what?
What?
No, I think you know what the drunk eye looks like.
He's of age.
There were some suspicious pictures.
Now we're gonna know if Kopech comes back and isn't the same. We're gonna blame it on this weekend.
He also has a history. Of throwing haymakers. Somebody messes with his girl, he's gonna defend my woman.
Wait, what is this history? What?
Yeah, dude.
With the Red Sox. One of his teammates said something about Brielle Bierman, and he came across with a 3-piece.
Oh.
He learned.
He was out for half the season.
But before we conclude here, I just want to review Nuke hates puppies
anyway.
And Nuke hates women in the workplace, and he hates supporting women that work. Wow, Nuke,
I am not a fan of strong women.
I'm just, wow. We've learned a lot today.
I club baby seals. I kick puppies.
I mean, you do live in the Philadelphia area. You throw batteries at Santa Claus.
We did have Michael Vick as a quarterback for a period of time.
Just, Jesus, man. Get it together out there. What is going on? But seriously, the kid, he's not like out there like rowing boats or like
he's rowing boats.
I'm just trying to think of something that you move your arms a lot. Like he's not.
He's not throwing footballs.
Yeah,
I'm taking pictures. It was just like a flurry. Like there was a beautiful picture of him in a L'Oreal Paris. Like literally could have been like in Vanity Fair magazine. It may be soon.
So
Nuke just hates the extra shine that Kopech's getting in Hollywood.
Homie, don't play that, man.
Just let the man live.
Doesn't even go home.
I guarantee you.
You know what? Are you going to be angry if you see him? You start watching that timeline all off season, and he's in Hollywood, and he's doing the Hollywood thing. All of a sudden,
she's from Canada. They're just going to be in like Canada the whole time.
No, he had the surgery 2 days ago.
They're going to be in Hollywood. He's going to start Instagramming food. It's going to be like food porn. It's going to be like avocado toast and and mimosas every day. And he's not going to post these 110-mile-an-hour, missiles that he used to throw.
First of all,
it's not going to be working
mimosas.
It's not.
So don't you try to. No,
I'm not judging. But I'm Philly gritty.
Yeah. we established that with your fancy big trick of the week.
Is that a saying? Dude, did you just make that up? Is that a thing? Philly gritty?
There's definitely
I may have just made that up. I definitely just made that up. But you heard it here first. It's trademark copyrighted.
Philly gritty.
I'm Philly gritty. And he's Hollywood.
You should pitch that to Trout. Philly gritty.
I know we're being, there's some satire to this and we're joking around and
satire. I like
everything's fine, but I guarantee you there are White Sox fans that are seeing these pictures that are like, what is he doing? Why is he
100%, 100%.
miserable in his basement, like staring at old game film, rubbing, what did they do in Little Giants? Like rubbing castrated milk into his arm to whatever, I don't know.
Castrated milk?
What?
Remember in Little Giants?
Non-homogenized. Oh no, yeah.
Non-homogenized milk. Yeah, there you go. That's what I was talking about. But see, you know where I was going.
What was it? It was dried milk, wasn't it?
Something. But there's someone out there right now
into the calves.
That is pissed off that he's not miserable.
And of course, yeah. And I'm glad you pointed it out because I am not that meatball.
I know you're not.
Of course, I don't begrudge this guy. He's going to be fine. He's going to be wonderful. He's going to get to work. I just thought it was a little jarring. I literally was like, wow, he's in Hollywood. And he's just like out at the club.
But in all seriousness, if he doesn't come back and win the Cy Young in 2020,
literally
this weekend, the red carpet,
they will know.
Oh my goodness! All right. So make sure you're following us on Philly Gritty.
Oh, by the way,
my Twitter handle.
By the way, the Cubs are favorites to sign Bryce Harper.
Oh God! Are you gonna place that bet?
I haven't seen the exact odds. I don't know what they're at. They're the favorites, though.
Okay.
So make sure you're following us on Twitter at PinwheelsIvy. We have all of our individual handles in the bio. We'll be taking periscopes this weekend as the Cubs play the White Sox. Just some reaction on if anything big happens, especially. Make sure you're following at Sports Mockery as well as at SM Outcast. And
you know what? If Anthony Rizzo lights another fire at Wrigley, he can't do it. I mean,
get over it. There's a fire. It was like it was in the kitchen. It was in the kitchen.
Don't light the radon fire.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, Anthony Rizzo is the new Crash Davis. You need a rain out? I can get us a rain out. We got ourselves a goddamn natural disaster.
Somebody's like, it was Hawk. I laughed.
Oh,
could have been. All right, go ahead, Zoe. Close it out.
Yeah. I'm getting sleepy, and the fact that you said it was Hawk and I didn't disagree right away makes me sad for myself. So
go ahead, do it.
Yep, make sure you're following all the things on the Twitters.
On the Twitter, we've been interneting too
long. Make sure you're still leaving those 5-star reviews or 5-star ratings and leave a review. Tell your friends, tell everybody. Make sure you're listening. We were talking about it pre-show. We're starting to put together some things for the off season to bring your guys' way. We ain't going anywhere. And make sure that you pay attention to at PinwheelsIvy Pod, where apparently we'll be putting up polls, and you can decide what I'm going to indulge in.
What would you like Zoe to drink this week?
Remember, no write-in votes. So for Matt Nuko, Aldo Soto, I'm Matt Zawoski. This is Pinwheels and Ivy Podcast. Crosstown Cup, baby. Get ready. Here we go. We'll see you next week.
Nope.